Hey there guys, Brian Henney here, and we have some primary elections today in the states of Oregon and Kentucky. So I want to talk about that. I'm not going to show the polls because there were only 3 total polls for those 2 states, and one of those polls was from last June, so they're really kind of irrelevant, and there's just not enough information to really go off of them. But I'll start with Oregon, and that one poll, what it did say was that Hillary Clinton had a 15-point lead, 48-33. So there's not really much to go off with that. Whenever there's only one poll, there's really nothing to really go off. It's just kind of like I guess it's somewhere to start. So I'm going to go with a 10 to 15 point lead or a win for Hillary Clinton in Oregon because that's really all I have to go off of. And it was a fairly recent poll, so you would think that it would at least be in the ballpark. It could be anywhere from, within 5 points or even over 20 points, because there's only that one poll to go off of. But it's unlikely that Bernie Sanders is going to win when the only poll they have is her winning by 15 and it's a closed primary. So he's not going to have that boost coming from independent voters. And he's also not going to have the advantage of a caucus. So yeah, based on that limited information, I'm going to go with a 10 to 15 point win for Hillary Clinton. Although, again, there's not much to go off of, so I'm not really too confident in that prediction. But the other one is Kentucky, which there hasn't been a poll of Kentucky since March. So, again, really not much to go off of. The other one was back, like I said, in last June. So there's only one in the last 6 months, and that was back in March, which was, obviously over 2 months ago. So it's hard to imagine that's very reliable. That one had Hillary Clinton up by 5. Kentucky is also a closed primary, which means there won't be independents. So the polling would, you would think, be fairly accurate, but it was from over 2 months ago, so who knows how the polling could have changed from then until now. So nonetheless, based off of almost nothing other than the minor polling trends that you can see mainly in other states, but also the small trend that you see from way back in last June to in March, you would assume that Bernie Sanders, if anything, would do better than 2 months ago, than worse. So I'm going to go with a less than 5 point win for Bernie Sanders, although honestly, I have no idea. Hillary Clinton could win. She could even win by more than that poll had. Who knows if that poll is accurate? There's so many things to consider with that. But I'm just going to go with a slight win for Bernie Sanders because I think it's the safest route. But it really could be anything from a 20-point win for Hillary to a 20-point win for Bernie, or even outside of that. I don't really know. So yeah, basically there's not too much information to go off of this, but I guess we'll just see what happens. My predictions are very rough estimates, so comment what you think is going to happen. If you have any additional information that you think could shift these primaries in one direction or the other. And subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.